Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Todd Conklin. For those of you that don't know me, I am the head coach for Sales Warrior Academy. We're going to be talking about the top 25 best practices of the top real estate agents in the industry. Number one, it's not going to surprise you. Many of these things are not going to surprise you. I think what's really interesting is that these folks, they do them at a high level of consistency. Consistency, not one and done. There are no magic bullets or secret sauces. It's consistency. Number one on the list is how to SOI like a boss. Look, your sphere of influence is always an interesting thing because a lot of people say, hey, listen, all my business comes from my sphere of influence. Here's a data point for you. If your business has more than 68% of it coming from your sphere of influence, you lack additional lead sources. If you have less than 68% of your business coming from your sphere of influence, well, then you need to level up your strategies as it pertains to your sphere of influence. And that's what we're going to talk about here. But I wanted you to know your target is 68%. All right, number one on my list is how do you just stay in constant contact, right? Like you got to be top of mind. If you want a client for life, we can agree that you can't just serve them once and then just hope that they call you back. We all know the data point. 89% of those people surveyed said that they love their agent. They would totally use them again. Problem, only 11% actually use the agent again. Why is that? Well, they didn't treat them like they were a client for life. So number one is sending personal notes. In a sea of emails and a sea of text messages, isn't it nice to get that little personal note? If you just wrote 2 personal notes every single day, wouldn't that be amazing? That's, by the way, 10 per week, 52 weeks. It's 520 notes per year. That's pretty amazing, right? Sorry for the interruption. I'm not here to sell you anything. I see that you're enjoying the content, but one thing the data is telling me is that you're not subscribing. So do me a favor, subscribe, hit the notification button. We'll bring you a lot more content. Back to the video. The other one is the 12-month call calendar. If on the very first of each month, you knew exactly what to say, when to say, and how to say it, well, that'd be pretty special, right? Now you could just pick up the phone and start making phone calls. How many of us really would love to make phone calls? Like we know, we want to reach out to our sphere of influence. These are people that already know, like, and trust us, but we don't do it because, why? Well, we don't really know what to say. And we don't want to sound like, an idiot. We don't want to pick up the phone and be like, hey, what's going on? Just checking in, really no call, but by the way, think of me in real estate. No. We want to serve our customers, we want to serve our clients, we want to serve our sphere of influence, we want to build authority, and we want to continue to contribute to them and provide value so that when they meet somebody, they are thinking of us. When it's time for them to make a change, they think of us, right? So the 12-month call calendar, absolutely one of the critical pieces. Number 3, email marketing. Email marketing, y'all, is it. Like if you can't meet them belly to belly and you can't talk to them on the phone, the next best thing is email marketing. A lot of people think it's social. Social is one of the strategies, but it's not the strategy. Number 3 on the list is actually sending them email marketing. We talk a lot about don't build your business on rented ground. Your email list you own. It goes with you. Regardless of whether or not a platform comes or goes, emails never go away. So you're going to have a cadence, a communication strategy around communicating with your people via email. Number 1 is your newsletter. Regardless of what CRM you're using, that CRM produces a newsletter monthly, or you're with a company that's producing a newsletter for you. So there's not a lot of work in here, but here's what I would say. Spend the extra 3 minutes and customize the newsletter so that it's coming from you, right? It can just literally be a sentence at the front. The other one is, that would come out monthly. The other one is a quarterly market update. These are a data set of what's happening in the market. Listings coming, contracts, average sales price, that sort of thing. There are lots of pathways for you to be able to do this. There's platforms that you can use to do this. Here's what I would say. People don't know what the data means. So if you're going to send out a report, make sure that you record a video that goes with the report that describes what they're looking at, why it's important, and what it all means. And the last tactic for your email marketing strategy would be your deal of the week. Deal of the week has a very specific template. You want to make sure you follow the template. It doesn't have HTML, it doesn't have photos. It's a very simple text-driven email that has a call to action. And what it does is it gets people to raise their hand if they own a property and they're interested in what the impact might be, or raise their hand because maybe they're interested in purchasing that property. And thirdly, maybe they pass that email along to somebody they know that might be interested, right? So the deal of the week. Now look, that's a lot of emails. You might be thinking to yourself, man, that's a lot of emails to be sending. The data shows, the surveys show that the average consumer wants to hear from their trusted advisor twice a week. We're talking about maybe once, 1.5 times per week. So this is well within what the consumer is saying that they want. We got to trust the data. We got to be data driven on this. We got to avoid feeling like we're sending too much, okay? People only don't want to hear from you if what they're hearing from you feels canned or doesn't provide great value. And yet the information that you're providing is valuable and it is customized. And the last thing for sphere of influence is home anniversaries. Y'all, this is kind of a no-brainer. The problem is that oftentimes we don't put the information in our CRM. We have to be in our CRM every single day. That's what pros do. They get in there, they use the CRM, they put valuable information in it. The home anniversary reminds you to send them an email to say, wow, Steve, isn't it amazing? Like, you've owned this home for 4 years. What a great purchase. Your price has gone up. It's incredible. Look at all the memories that you've created with your family. It's a no-brainer. And it's a great way for you just simply to say, hey, thinking about you on this special day that you bought a special property for you and your family. That's how to SEO like a boss. Number 2 is CMAs, property asset valuations. If you deployed this strategy, I think that you would just be too busy to even exist. Like, you want to talk about really exploiting your business? If you gave a valuation, just one every day, think about the numbers for 1 second. If I asked you, you'd probably say you're going to work 300 days a year. You're probably not, right? We got weekends and then we've got holidays. Let's just use 250. 250 a day, 250 a year, one market valuation per day. The first time you do it, yeah, it's going to take you a little bit longer, but now that you have a format, you're going to be able to jam through it. I'm going to give you the format right now. Number 1, you got to build your list. We only need 250 people. You already have your sphere of influence. That's low-hanging fruit. Those people want to hear from you, and certainly they would love to know the value of their home. Then you've got past clients. That's a no-brainer, right? Those people that you have represented to buy properties, they're going to want to know. And then I would put people that you've met maybe through your farm, maybe it's through open houses that own homes around there. Put the list together of 250 people that you're committed to doing an asset review this year, and then let's get started. I'll do a deep dive in another video if you go to the Sales Warrior Academy, but let me tell you what that video is going to show you. Number 1, we're going to record this in like a Loom video or maybe use some other product. The first thing they're going to see is Google Earth, and the zoom right into their property, right? Because you've plugged in their address and it's going to take it right down. While that's happening, you're going to be talking about, Steve, it's great to see you. Hey, I just wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on with the property values. And yours is, right? And you're going to go right into the first thing I use, which is RPR. I avoid the MLS CMAs. And the reason for that is because they look like everybody else's and they kind of get into the nitty gritty. I like using the PR mini valuation. It's 11 pages, very succinct, gives them all the information that they need to know. And I'm just going to simply go from page to page explaining what each page says. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, look, the typical person moving into your neighborhood and buying a home like yours is blah, 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 blah. Now, you can gather that information. You can use AI to help you with that. You may have a product that your company provides for you that will actually target a buyer profile. But now you're demonstrating that you have the authority and you have the expertise to be able to target a specific type of buyer. That's magical, y'all. And then the last thing you're going to do is prepare a net sheet for them. Again, I love using ChatGPT for this. If you put the prompts in properly, it will automatically create a net sheet based on your commissions and typical closing costs for the market area. And they'll do it all in an Excel format that you can have loaded on your computer as you're recording your screen, and you can walk them through what they would likely get as a net proceeds in selling their home. That may be very interesting to a lot of people that while they knew that the property values have gone up, they didn't know they went up that much. All right, let's go to number 3. This one I'll call passive connections, passive reminders. This probably could have been in our sphere of influence as well, but I like this one a little bit outside that because it's not just your sphere of influence, not just your past clients that you can offer this to. Well, what I'm talking about is wedding calls, wedding anniversary calls. And y'all, I'm gonna call myself out on this, all right? When Shannon and I got married, we got married on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And what I asked was, hey, let's celebrate our anniversary on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Now that may seem cute, but the truth of the matter is, the reason I did that was because I was afraid I'd forget the date. Well, I don't think I'm the only one. So if you made the phone calls and you knew, of course you had the information in your CRM, and you knew when their anniversary was, maybe you'd call the man, in this case, 3 days before, and you'd say, hey, Steve, I noticed that your anniversary's coming up. I just wanted to say happy anniversary. Do you have big plans? What's going on? Now, hopefully Steve's gonna say, yeah, man, it's great. I got all these plans. But in the off chance Steve didn't, you might be able to lend a hand. Hey, dude, I've got a great florist. Can I help you out? Okay. Hey, I've got a favorite restaurant. Can I get you reservations? A great opportunity for you to serve, and you may have saved a brother's life, okay? On the day of, you're gonna pick up the phone and you're going to call the lady and you're going to wish her a happy anniversary, and she's gonna be tickled pink because she's gonna appreciate the fact that you actually cared enough to remember, right? And by the way, if you saved the guy, you might even say, oh, did Steve get you anything? She's gonna say, oh my gosh, you got these great reservations and he sent me these great flowers, and you can smile inside knowing that you saved somebody. All right, so I love that one. Here's the other one. I love Valentine's Day. All right, I'd start this probably the last week of January and go through to about the 10th of February. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna go out and you're gonna make 10 reservations at your favorite romantic spots, okay? And you're gonna hold those reservations, and then you're gonna start making phone calls. Again, you're gonna start with the men, right? You're gonna start calling the dudes, and you're gonna say, look, I just want to let you know I've got some chocolates. This is a reverse pop buy strategy, okay? Get the little cute little chocolates that we all, probably most of them end up in the garbage, but whatever, the reverse pop buys. You're gonna say, hey, look, Steve, I've got these chocolates for you for your honey, okay? And so come by between 4 and 7 on Tuesday. Everybody's gonna be coming and grabbing their stuff. Hey, by the way, what's your plans? What are you guys doing? Well, if Steve doesn't have a plan, you now have 10 reservations already booked. And you can save the day again. What a great opportunity. And you're driving business to your favorite romantic spot. So make sure that they know that you're doing this too. So again, those are 2 really great passive connection strategies. Okay, number 4 on my list of the top things top agents are doing to dominate the space is expired listings. And before you go, oh, whoa, listen, there's a lot of expireds these days. Frankly, there's always expired listings. And what I love about expired listings is these are people that have raised their hand and said, hey, I want to sell. Most people don't list their properties with the expectation that it's not going to sell. They list their properties because they want them to sell. So they've already identified themselves as sellers. Now the question comes, well, what's the best method? And I know we've heard lots like, oh, pick up the phone, knock on their door, that kind of stuff. I don't know about you, but if my property is on the market and you came and knocked on my door, I don't know, I'm probably not feeling really comfortable about that. So how do you do that with a more discriminating type client? Well, one of the agents out of Telluride, a very high-end market, has a great strategy, very effective strategy, and she sends a personal note. She's very detailed. It's 52-pound linen stationery. It's a personal note card, looks like a wedding invitation kind of thing. She uses a fine point Sharpie to write the note. And here's the verbiage in the note. Are you ready? If you are going to relist your property with your previous agent, please disregard. That's how she starts it. On the other hand, if you are open-minded to hearing how I would market and sell your property, please call or text me at this number. That's it. Very simple, very direct, very professional. You can always follow up later. If you've sent the card, let's say on a Monday, you can always call back the following week, so maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and check, hey, did you get my note? But expired listings, you all, are a place where the top agents know that these are people who just were underserved. They didn't get what they were looking for. They didn't get an opportunity to pay somebody for what they needed. And oftentimes, the next agent is just what the doctor ordered. So, expired. Number 5 on my list is video collaboration. What if we all, look, we all do videos, right? We know that we have to do a video of our property. We know we've got to get it on YouTube. We know we've got to get it on social media. We know we've got to send it out to our email database. These are all things that everybody knows. But you are limited to only the people that are your friends, that you have their emails, that you can drive to your YouTube channel. What if you could 10x it? What if you got on average 5,000 views, but you could turn it into 50,000 views like that just by collaborating with others? Well, that's exactly what Nikki Mativa out of Colorado did. She took her listing that she was going to do a video anyway, and she went to 9 other real estate agents and said, look, I'm going to give you an opportunity. You guys don't have the listings. I have the listings. Why don't you come with me and we will shoot a video, and I'll have my videographer for a small price, very small price, shoot an intro and an outro that is specific to you. And then the meat of the video showing the property will all use the same. And that way it'll look like it's your listing, it'll look like you're representing that property, and you can then market that to your social media, to your database, to your YouTube. Wouldn't that be valuable to the other agents? You bet it is. What Nikki was able to do is she was able to now get the eyeballs of 10 different ecosystems, past clients, sphere of influence, etc., all for the price of one. So video collaboration, epic. Number 6 is team. The top agents, whether they have a team the way you're thinking of a team, or whether they're leveraging the team of others that are involved in the transaction. What I'm talking about is, think about it, you've got mortgage, and you've got insurance, and you've got title, and you've got inspectors, and you've got TCs and DCs and your verified vendors, all of those folks. What they do is they build a team. And what they're doing really, if you think about Amazon, and Amazon, one of the reasons that Amazon became Amazon is because they said, hey, look, one point of contact and we can provide all of this product, and we can do it in a clear, transparent, reliable fashion. That's what these folks are doing. And they're bringing their team together. Y'all, think about this for a second. As a real estate professional, you're the point of the spear. From you comes business for all of these other people. If you brought them together because they want you to win, because if you win, they win. If you brought them together and said, look, here are my expectations. This is what I'm looking for from a communication standpoint, from a level of service standpoint, to be brought in and communicated with. I'll give you an example. We teach a process of communication with a customer that you send emails to listing sellers, right, to your listings on Thursday afternoons. If that's the case, then I might let my inspector, my insurance person, my mortgage person, etc., know that I want them to communicate with me on Wednesdays so that I have all the information that I can put into my Thursday communication with a customer. They want to help you win. They want to be part of the process. They want the experience to be exceptional from beginning to end, because that same customer is going to review all of you at the end. And if you've all worked together in a seamless fashion and you've created an exceptional experience for the customer, guess who's getting all 5 stars, baby? That's right. Here's the caveat. The agents that I spoke to were all very clear. If they were having to micromanage the situation, not micromeasure. Micromeasure's good. Micromanage is no bueno. If they were having to micromanage the situation, then it was time to change the partner. Now you have to do that. You got to build, if you want an A product, you got to build an A team. Number 6, I love funnels. I love funnels. How many of you love leads? I love it when somebody raises their hand and says, yep, I'm a lead. Problem is we use funnels primarily in social media because what we're trying to do is we're trying to scrape for additional contact information. And what happens is we have a call to action. If we know how to do it, we have a call to action. And then all of a sudden we get flooded with comments and direct messages. So I use a product called ManyChat. ManyChat is a software program that ties into your social media that when you give a call to action, it will respond. So somebody comments or somebody DMs, it will automatically respond with the information that was requested. So let me give you an example. We're going into winter, and so maybe it's fall cleanup time. Well, listen, I may post some kind of a post that says, hey, look, this is an important time for your house. As the weather gets colder, some damage can be created as a result of those temperatures plummeting. It's really, really important for the value of your property to make sure that you have it winterized. I have a few great, vetted, trusted vendors that do just that. If you would like that list, just comment winter. It's a great way for people to raise their hand. I'd have ManyChat just simply set up so it says, hey, thank you, I appreciate it. What's the best email address for you? They put their email address, boom, it sends the email off to them, and guess what? You have a new contact for your database. I love funnels. So number 7, we call bother me. And that is, we want to make sure that people are coming to us as real estate professionals about anything that's going on in the market, right? That's recommendations for restaurants and breakfast spots and vendors, etc. So create a list of all of your top places, top hikes, top biking, top ski runs, etc. and make that a funnel, if you will, or a value add to your customers. Number 8, be the thermostat. Listen, this is an emotional business. Our job is to help people get what they want. Our job is to let them feel their feelings, and we need to navigate the environment, the transaction, so that they get what they want without all of the emotion. All right. And so be the thermostat. Make sure that your customer understands, hey, look, I'm going to handle all of this for you. I'm going to make sure that we get to the finish line. If there's a problem, I'm going to let you know that there's a problem. And if there's something that we really should be upset about or excited about or emotional about, I'm going to let you know when that time is. But until then, let me shoulder all of this. There's a very specific framework that many of these people are following. Number 9 is build your database with purpose-driven events. Whether it be monthly or quarterly, identifying something in the community, some event that's going on, some charitable cause, some purpose-driven event, and tying it into your ability to support that while at the same time building your email list so that you can serve more customers, expose yourself to a broader audience is really powerful. And many of the agents are doing just that. Picking these, creating a funnel, supporting that, both from a marketing standpoint, a public relations standpoint, social media. The opportunities for exposure are so massive. Number 10, open houses. Oh, what? Open houses? Yeah, open houses. But look, these are not your granddad's open houses. These are open houses. We call them launches. We're not just opening the door. We're not just putting some signs out. We have a 21-step process that you would follow to make sure that you get on average, get this, on average 27 people through your open house. So if you are one of those people that believes that open houses don't work, I'm here to tell you, regardless of the market, regardless of the area of the country, open houses do work. You're probably just missing some of the key elements to making them the most powerful. Number 11, be the community. Be the community. When somebody thinks about the community, who's the biggest cheerleader of your neighborhood, of your town, of your district? Who's the biggest one? One of the agents up in Bozeman, Montana, serves over 500, nearly 600 meals at Thanksgiving. Number 12 is act like a business owner. Like you're an entrepreneur, whether you know it or not. Maybe you're a micropreneur, but the bottom line is you run a business. You want to treat it like a business. A business can only exist if you are spending your time in the highest value activities. One of the ways you're able to do that is by hiring somebody that can do some of the lower value activities. They still need to be done. How do you do that? Well, we love virtual assistants. We had the owner and founder of Assistantly come and speak to us, and he shared with us strategies for really small amounts of money to get a virtual assistant for you. Number 13 is the customer communication cadence. One of the biggest reasons, biggest complaints buyers and sellers had about working with their agent was their lack of communication. So change it. We know it's a problem. Let's go ahead and solve it in advance. So what you do is you Create the expectation that on Thursday afternoons, you're going to send an email with all of the important information, whether it's a listing or a buyer, right? Everybody's got a little different thing that they need to hear about. And you're going to send them an email on Thursday afternoon. It's going to include all of that, maybe some narratives. And then on Friday morning, between 10 and 12, you're going to make a phone call to them. And you let them know, hey, look, I'm going to call you on Friday. You'll have the information on Thursday. If you have some questions, answer the phone. Otherwise, I know you're busy. Dump me into voicemails, no fine, I'll sing to you, but you don't feel like you have to have the call. Y'all, customers want the communication, so give them what they want. Number 14, top real estate professionals know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. They all believed in scripts and dialogues. I know, crazy, right? Even if they didn't know they were doing scripts and dialogues, they believed in scripts and dialogues. The lethal scripts for the sales warrior is a great way to do that, right? But either way, you got to know exactly what to say in every situation so that you can impress confidence in your competence to the customer. Build trust, know, like, and trust. Number 15 was literally write the book. We had one of our agents that was at the Mexico Mastermind literally wrote a book on how to buy a home. She wrote it, she self-published it, she sells it on Amazon, and she literally uses it as a business card. It's a calling card. If you were gonna buy a house, wouldn't you wanna hire the person that wrote the book on it? Number 16, events. Events. Listen, if you're one of those agents that doesn't like necessarily making phone calls and it's awkward, think about an event strategy. Agent in Montana executes on multiple events every single year, everything from Santa to pies for Thanksgiving to Easter to you name it. She's exceptional at putting on these events that are perfect for her customer base. Now, every phone call she makes is inviting them to something special, giving them something of value, and creating connection, not only between her, but her entire community. What an incredible way to be the expert in your community and providing value. Number 17, pricing strategies. This was a great one in a time where so many of us, we don't really know where the price is going. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it staying flat? Well, how about this? Rather than giving a price, why don't you educate the customer on how they should choose a price? A 3-stage process would be the best, 3 levels, right? You've got the ambitious pricing. Well, that would be like, hey, we can see what things are selling, we can see what things are coming on the market, but look, we're gonna go a little high and we're gonna get ambitious. We're gonna look for the needle in the haystack. Or you can do the observed pricing. Observed pricing would be similar to what we would say fair market value, but you notice we're changing some of the vocabulary here so that it's more understandable to them, because not everybody knows what FMV is, right? So let's change that. So that's the observed pricing. And then the third one would be awareness pricing. The best way to create the greatest level of awareness would be to price the property lower so everybody sees it and goes, whoa, we got to go see that. We got to go see that right now. So you give those 3 options and then you just simply ask the seller, which would you like to choose? Number 18 is off market. If you went into your farm, the area that you wanted to dominate, and you started knocking on doors, leaving notes, making phone calls, if you've got the software to be able to do that, and you had conversations with the current property owners to say, look, I've got a family that wants to move into this neighborhood. They've got 2 kids, a dog. This is the property that they're looking for. Are you interested? Do you know anybody that might be interested? I promised them I would knock on every door. That is a really great strategy, number 1, to demonstrate to everybody that you are a hard worker and you're willing to do what it needs to be done in order to serve your customers. Number 2, you're going to start building some relationships with people in the marketplace. They're going to know your name, and it's not going to be because you're asking for something. You're going to be saying, hey, look, I'm really trying to solve some problems over here. It's a much easier conversation. And then the other thing is you're going to have people that are going to say, hey, yeah, I might be interested in selling. And if they didn't want to sell today, when they go to sell tomorrow, who are they going to call? Not Ghostbusters, they're going to call you. All right, number 19, show up for your sales meeting. Top real estate professionals are showing up in the other areas that other top real estate professionals are showing up. They're sharing their wisdom, they're collaborating together, and they're putting deals together. They're learning new strategies. show up to your sales meetings. Number 20 is the $250,000 schedule is what I'm going to call it. But truthfully, what we learned from all of these top real estate professionals is they all have a schedule and they follow the schedule. We have a $250,000 proven schedule that if you follow this schedule, you on average will make more than $250,000. Either way, follow a schedule. Number 21, deal of the week. If you want to shake some acorns from the tree, send out this email, deal of the week. It's literally your town, deal of the week, and then down below, you're just listing details about the property. It's got a great view, it's 4 bedrooms, it's 3.5 baths, it's on a 1/4 acre lot, that kind of thing. Here's the price. If you're interested in more information about this, just reply to the email. That's it. No pictures, no HTML, no nothing. What you're doing is you're making sure if you keep it data driven, it won't go into the spam filters and it's more authentic. Number 22, the 12-month call calendar. This is just simply a 12-month call calendar. It's already baked out for 2025. It tells you exactly what you're going to call each and every person about each month. It's priceless. There's no fuss. There's no imagination. It's already done for you. Once you follow that, you'll make a contact every single month with your database, your sphere of influence and past clients. They'll never forget you. Number 23, don't list homes, launch them. If you deploy a proven process and you establish that expectation with the customer that you're going to do pre-marketing, you're going to do launch, you're going to do post-marketing, this is how we're going to bring in showings, this is how we're going to bring in offers, this is how we're going to negotiate those offers in a full comprehensive package. Look, you're solving so many different problems, right? You're communicating with the customer exactly what they needed to be communicated. You're also going to save them some time because, for example, one of the launch strategies is that we list it on a Thursday, we take calls on a Friday, we set up showings for a Saturday and a Sunday during the period of time that we're going to be doing our open house events. See how they all come together? So you don't want to list your property, you want to launch it. Number 24 is be the influencer with your authority. Listen, this is the time in our society where it feels like an influencer is born every day. You are the authority when it comes to real estate, when it comes to your community, when it comes to your farms. It's you. You're the knowledge broker. You're the one. The problem is not everybody knows it. Well, then you become a secret agent. And there are people out there that don't have the authority, but they're stealing your influence. So you're going to need to deploy an online strategy, video and online profile strategy that makes sure that you have the influence in the space that you have the authority. That's going to include social strategies, YouTube, video, Google My Business, you name it. But all of the top agents were leveraging their authority and getting it distributed in the proper way to have influence, generating massive impact to their business. And number 25, this is for all you lifestyle markets out there. Your customers may be on vacation. Make sure you aren't. I understand you may have the best fishing on the planet in your marketplace, but when it's time to go meet with a client, make sure that you don't show up in your waders. You follow what I'm saying? I say this tongue in cheek, but truthfully, in order for you to be the authority, to be the pro, you got to make sure that you show up to provide your customers a level of confidence that you are the man and woman for the job. And I know you are. There's your 25 of the top things top real estate professionals are using to dominate their space. If you'd like more of this, a couple of things you can do for me. Number 1, subscribe to the channel. Number 2, click the link in the description below and check our Sales Warrior Academy, where I do deep dives in every single one of these 25 to teach you exactly what to do, how to do it, to dominate and thrive in 2025.